Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
The strongest storm of the season already causing quite a mess in our area, including this water rushing from storm drains in Solana Beach.
And slick roads overnight. This crash happening on the 67 about an hour ago.
And this is just the beginning. I'm tracking how long this widespread flooding rain will last.
10 News has team coverage for you. Kalina Estrinas tracking your commute, and we have live crews all over the county to show you just how this storm is impacting the areas where you live and work.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jason Martinez.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. I'm Virginia Cha. I want to get right to Megan Perry because she is tracking this for you as you head out, especially later on through the day. You know, when people are coming back and trying to go home and drive, you're saying this is not going to ease up anytime soon.
That's right. This is going to be an all-day rain event. I want to take you outside right now to Pacific Beach. You can kind of see some raindrops in the background, but also notice how strong the winds are. You can see them waving around the palm trees right now, and there is quite a bit of rain. It's widespread and very heavy up in the North County. In fact, as we zoom in and we look at some of the rainfall rates, these orange colors right here, they indicate rainfall rates of 81/100ths of an inch per hour. That's how much rain we would get if that storm that cell sat there for an hour, and we're going to be seeing hours of this rainfall. Palomar Mountain getting very heavy rain. It's lighter right now down in the South Bay, but it's not going to stay that way. It may lighten up occasionally for you, but we are going to see steady rain through the day today, picking up heavy at times, extremely heavy at times through the afternoon. Things don't taper off until about 4 to 7 p.m. today, and temperatures are only going to climb a few degrees from where they are today. We're staying in the 60s, and I will be pinpointing so many warnings that are in effect for this storm when I come back in 8 minutes. Kalina, how's it going out there?
Well, I have so many accidents to tell you about. This is one on the 5 at Carmel Mountain. You can see the activity right in the center divider here. Cars still moving nicely, though, in both directions, but the ground, of course, is soaked. It is wet out there, so like we've been telling you, please be careful as you head out the door. We go out to our map this morning. You'll see the issues that we've been having in North County. They just continue to pop up. Flooding still on the 78 East at El Camino Real, on-ramp and left lane blocked off. 2 incidents now on the 78, one heading westbound at El Camino Real, left lane blocked off here. And then I'm also tracking this problem on the 805 where we're starting to see a backup. I'll let you know more about that coming up. Guys?
All right, thank you very much. And as Kalina just told us, the rain causing lots of problems on the road. Here's another issue. A big rig jackknifed here in the transition ramp from the westbound 8 to the southbound 125 overnight. And here it slammed right into the bridge rails.
Yeah, we are seeing accidents, as you can see. Let's get to 10 News reporter Jared Aarons, who's been driving around on the freeways just to get a sense of how things are going. And Jared, what are you noticing?
The 805, just where it has the interchange with the 52, and there is a major backup here because of a crash up about a mile or two ahead at Nobel. A 2-car crash that's blocking 2 or possibly 3 lanes right now, and this has been slow for the last few miles because of it. A lot of backup out here on the roads and a lot of other crashes that we've seen. I was at a rollover crash earlier today in the Lakeside area off the 67. We have that big rig that you guys mentioned, all the ones that Kalina is talking about. I spoke to a highway patrolman earlier this morning who said they're expecting a very busy morning and telling everybody to slow down, leave early if you can today, give yourself lots of extra time. You can see this is the dash cam that you're looking at of the 10 News breaking news tracker. The backups are massive right now. If you get caught in one of these traffic jams, it's going to add 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to your drive, depending on how far you have to go. So drive safe out there, everybody, and we'll stay on the roads, bring you the latest as it develops throughout the morning. Back to you.
You guys be safe, too. Now we want to get to 10 News anchor Jim Patton, who's live in Solana Beach.
And, Jim, the storm drains there were overflowing last night. Now it's pouring, rain, wind, you name it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been, though, very off and on. I came on prepared to tell you that we had no rain at all, and now it is starting to come back. There was a man out here, a little too dark to tell. We're at Fletcher Cove Park, who brought his 2 dogs out and started throwing the ball for him, I think, to take advantage of the break in the rain. And as it started raining again, he just ran off with the dogs. So this is what it looked like as far as those storm drains were concerned overnight. You hear that rushing water from the storm drains in Solana Beach. They were flowing heavy right into the ocean, but as we've been keeping an eye on them, they have been working as designed. Also haven't spotted any signs of large-scale flooding, though the CHP just before 4 a.m. Announcing that the closure of the eastbound ramp at El Camino Real was in place due to flooding, and they later announced that it was increased to the right-hand lane in that area as well. Now, we did anticipate the rain would get stronger overnight, and it has been doing that off and on. As for the ocean water quality, North County, there is an advisory in Oceanside near Loma Alta Creek at Buccaneer Beach where bacteria levels may exceed safe standards. Of course, anytime there are rains like this, recommended you don't go in the ocean water for at least 72 hours after the rain stop. Reporting live in Solana Beach, Jim Patton, 10 News.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And now we go to the notorious area near Fashion Valley Mall.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is there live. Mimi, that road is designed to flood like it is, and it's doing it once again.
It sure is, Virginia, Jason, and this is on Avenida Del Rio, which is right behind the Fashion Valley Mall. Police did come out here earlier this morning, put up some caution tape to make sure no one is driving through these barriers. And of course, this is the reason why. You can see here the San Diego River overflowing once again, crossing the street here. This is a known trouble spot. It tends to flood every time we get that significant rainfall. It is designed to flood as well, and you can just see it, the river crossing right now. The road is blocked off at Camino de la Reina and Avenida Del Rio. The water's coming down from the mountains, and because it'll be raining all day, this is what you will continue to see. Remember, just 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock over an adult, and it takes just 12 inches of rushing water to carry away a car. So make sure you keep that in mind. Make sure you are not driving through any flooded areas you come across throughout the day. We're live in Mission Valley. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. Meanwhile, in the South Bay, people have been preparing for this familiar sight. Yep, that's runoff from the Tijuana River. It can bring a bad smell, close down our local beaches. Imperial Beach residents know they won't be able to go into the water after all of this rain. No beaches were officially closed as of late last night, but we do expect that to change.
Well, just to the north of us, areas burned by the Holy Fire are under mandatory evacuation orders as there's potential for devastating mudslides in the Lake Elsinore area. According to CAL FIRE, it only takes a ½ inch of rain over the burned scar areas to trigger debris flow, and they're expecting 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour, adding up to 7 inches of rain by this afternoon. Some neighbors are ignoring evacuations, just putting up sandbags there as crews regularly clear drainage ditches.
And the rain also causing problems in Central California. You can see streets are flooded. There are flood signs out to warn people. At least one car you can see isn't going anywhere, partially submerged. This is Santa Cruz after a downpour yesterday. The driver in that car had to be rescued, but is okay. The CHP reminding drivers to please be careful when you come up to a road that looks like it's flooded, because the water could be deeper than it looks.
And you can track the rain as it moves through your neighborhood by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
To end the silence with action to make all of our communities safer from gun violence.
A call for unity at the nation's capital overnight on the anniversary of the massacre that sparked a national debate on gun safety. It has been 1 year, a year ago today, since a former student gunned down 17 people at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Thousands of people are gathering today, coming together for a moment of silence to remember the 17 lives lost that day. Many survivors are still fighting for new gun safety legislation, and the governor of Florida has called for a grand jury to look into whether schools there are following new safety laws that were put into place after the mass shooting.
A San Diego County Sheriff's captain is on paid administrative leave. Captain Marco Garmo, the center of a criminal investigation. The Sheriff's Department tells 10 News they're assisting and cooperating with the investigation. The FBI and ATF reportedly raided Garmo's office at the Rancho San Diego Sheriff's Station. The Sheriff's Department will not say why Captain Garmo was placed on leave or what the investigation is for.
Federal agents were working well into the night after they raided the home and jewelry store of prominent local jeweler Leo Hamill. 10 News was there as agents took photographs inside an office at the back of the fine jewelry store in Mission Hills. In a statement, the FBI confirmed they were executing a search warrant for evidence related to a firearms trafficking investigation. Leo Hamill could not be reached for comment.
All right, Megan, what are you watching right now?
Some heavy rain moving into our mountains and foothills right now. As we pull up Pinpoint Doppler Live, you can actually actually see that heavy rain coming down in Ramona, Julian, up through Palomar. And I was just looking at the updated rainfall totals. Palomar has already seen over 4 inches of rain now. I'm going to show you those rainfall totals in a little bit. But Mount Laguna getting some heavy rain. It is much lighter over central San Diego up through Camp Pendleton and Oceanside, but doesn't mean it's going to stay that way for long. Steady rain is going to continue. It may lighten up for a little bit, but then it's going to come right back in. And flooding is likely today. That flash flood watch in effect for the entire county. Those bright greens are flooding for the San Diego River and the Santa Margarita River, which are also going to flood, cresting this evening by about 5 or 6 p.m. is when we're going to start to see the highest crest of that. A flood advisory also in effect. What's the difference? Well, this is until noon. 12:15 actually, expected to be extended. Urban and stream flooding is likely, so that's where a lot of us are going to be driving. It's also very windy, and that's why an airport weather warning is in effect. Check your airlines for any possible delays. And a wind advisory for our mountains. Gusts could reach 55 miles per hour. Tree damage and power outages are a concern today. And while not likely, there's a very slight chance for a thunderstorm. Temperatures in the 60s for most of the county. And I'm going to show you this rain coming in and more rain over the weekend in 8 minutes. Kalina, how's it going?
Still tracking several incidents, so we've got a lot going on out there. This is on the 5 freeway right at Carmel Mountain Road. We have an accident in the center divider here. Speed still looking good though on the freeway. Go out to our map. We have a few other problems to deal with this morning. We have some flooding on the 76 at Rice Canyon, and I'm hearing it's so bad they're going to close off the entire road there. So far they're saying the eastbound lanes will be closed, but they might possibly close off additional lanes, so keep that in mind. That is on the, or in the North County area, I should say. 805 northbound, we had our reporter Jared Aarons out here earlier. This is just before the 5 freeway right at Nobel. 2 lanes are blocked off here. That backup now solid from the 163. And another new problem, 15 south at Scripps Poway Parkway. One of the cars spun out here, hit the center divide. Right now the left lane is blocked off. They might close off an additional lane, and I'll let you know as soon as they do that. Guys?
All right, thank you very much. And it's 6:11 as you take a live look outside at the Coronado Bridge. The wind shaking our cameras at times. As we deal with today's storm, we continue checking in with our crews for the conditions across San Diego.
The worst is just beginning, but scientists are already preparing for the next strong storm. The new technology they hope